Hello, welcome. Is it just me? Am I just by myself? Welcome to, what are we calling the show? Geek Dad Live. That's the name of the new show. By the way, we were trying to come up with a name for the longest time, and Jay made the mistake of not copyrighting Geek Dad. He copyrighted Geek Dad Life, but he didn't copyright Geek Dad Live. So we're just gonna fuck with them for like the next year. By the way, we can say fuck right out the gate because YouTube has a new thing that you can curse right out the gate.
Yeah.
So there's nothing stopping us from calling this thing Geek Dad Live, Geek Dad
or
Live,
Geek Fuck Live,
or Geek Fuck Live.
Maybe that's different. That insinuates something else. Geek Dad Fuck.
Yeah, Geek Dad Fuck. But the point is, Dad's backstage like, why did I? But the point is, we can do this. We can do boom, boom, boom. You know what I mean? It's like, remember how McFarlane bought that base? I don't know if you remember this, but McFarlane bought a baseball for $3 million so he can be like, I'm into sports. I'd buy that name just so I can do the bam, bam, bam.
I do want to. This is the perfect time to bring up the fact that when we had the Toy Tubers Tonight, which our guest was at, that Jay hosted and put together and lost money on, I'm sure.
Yes. Our friend Jay.
Yeah. He's a friend, even if he's mean to me. I was talking to somebody. They were a fan of mine, blah, 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 blah. And then Jay walks up and then they're talking and then he goes, oh, he's like, who are you or something? And Jay goes, oh, I'm Geek Dad Life.
Yeah, that's right. He did that.
In real life. To a person. It's so in his subconscious. Oh my God. Anyway, look, let's bring in our guest because there's nothing worse than sitting backstage.
Wait, we have a guest. What are you talking about?
Oh God, I know. There's gonna be a lot of talk about stuff I don't know.
Yeah, guys, we're gonna have to.
Today is something I do like and know. Okay.
What is something that you do? What do you know?
I know who Pixel Dan is.
Everybody knows who this guy is. John, bring him in. There
he is.
What the F kind of show is this? I censored mine because I didn't want to do too many. Is that
no, it's all right.
There is.
We've been demonetized for a long time. It's okay.
Yeah. What's up, guys? Thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, thanks for coming in early morning. It's early for you. I thought it was going to be like, see, John bitches about, oh, I got to do an early thing. He's on the East Coast, dude. It's 9 a.m.
Oh, it's 9. Yeah. It's 9 there. Yeah.
No, I never complain.
It's 8 where I am. Yeah.
I never complain about how early it is. I love it.
No, it's not. Yeah, Dan, I don't know if you know this, but John stayed at my house during Comic-Con, and every morning it was so annoying. He was just up at like 6. He's just like one of these, like, I'm up and everything is ready. And it really was irritating because like I would get up and just to get like a drink and I just see him. Everything is ready by 6 a.m. That's 6.
Yeah.
John.
Well, I mean, let's face it. It's with the time difference. I am lucky I wasn't up at like 4:30 a.m.
No,
that's what should have happened.
That's true. Yes. So Dan, you're here because you're obviously a giant fan of this show, and you're like, I gotta. You have anything to promote. You're just like, I gotta get on somehow and just talk to these guys, right? I mean, that's
been begging for so long, and you finally let me.
I think when I first talked to Dan, he's like, "Wait, this is actually a thing." Okay, yes, no. Dan, we're gonna talk about. Can you give us a primer? And we'll talk about it later. But let's do, no pun intended, a little bit of a book ending. And what are you here for?
Well, I'm here to promote my wares. I've got a book. That if nobody knew, I've got a new book that's up for pre-order right now called The Toys of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Volume 1, and the pre-order ends this weekend. So I am like rallying the troops, trying to get some attention, make sure everybody knows that this book is out there and ready to be purchased so that you can have this awesome guide that shows you all of the Ninja Turtles figures and vehicles and play sets from 88 through 93. So that's what I'm here for today, but also to hang out with you guys and talk toys.
Also, mainly to hang out. Secondary, far second. Get this book sold. I purchased the collector's edition because I like the nice turtley thing over there. We're going to go back. We're going to talk about this. We're going to do just a little bit of toy talk, but I did feel it was important also to bring down because we have a lot of crazy turtle people on this channel. I'm a crazy turtle person.
Awesome.
John kind of used to be. John, you're not even. I wouldn't like. You were like a crazy turtle person. I don't know. Like, are you still?
Now it's more of a personal issue against NECA, the business side of things, not the people.
Yeah, but this is Playmates, John.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is over turtles. Over it.
Yeah. I mean, I stream from the channel that is the Turtle channel. So, what else could I do? What else do you want from me?
Right. Well. Sorry.
God.
So we let's put a link. I'm trying to see if I can put a link.
I pinned a link on my end.
Oh, you did pin a link on your end.
You should also pin a link on your end.
Let me do that. Let me. I'm just gonna put it in the chat.
Dan, I don't know if you know this, but we each live stream at the same simultaneously, awesome. And it's this is the worst idea we've ever had.
It's the worst.
Horrible. We're always competing for like super chats. So like when a super chat comes in, the first thing we think we're like, whose channel did this go to?
Yeah,
and then our behavior will sort of dictate.
Yeah,
you know, like I'm not going to get excited if John gets like $20.
Yeah,
like, I care.
The initial notice is both excitement, and then one of you is
exactly.
Like I can say out of the super chats that need to be read this morning, there are several, and none of them are mine. So I get to take a nice little break.
What the heck, man?
He scrolls through the chat.
Come on.
I love this. Okay, by the way, speaking of super chats, let's say hello to all the lovely people, 130 and growing, that show up at 6 a.m. just to see all of us talk nonsense, talk toys. It's not nonsense. Who said that? Let's talk and let's spotlight some of these guys. We got Charlie Uptown. Sorry. You got Joey Halom, Boker Tov bitches. What's up, buddy? Devin Decker. All of a sudden, I can't say words. Devin Decker is Dan. He might be AI. Devin he's one of these guys. He shows up anytime we ask a question. He just has the answer.
Yeah.
So just keep in mind we might have like bots. We can't verify that all these are human.
Hey, I've seen Devin multiple times this week, I think. So you might be right. He might be AI.
It's weird. You'll see him like on simultaneous street. It's very strange. We got Controversial Toys member for 35 months, repping hard. Take all the monthlies. We got Dust Tapes. We got Cracked Open Games and Toys, Charlie Squared. We got Rabin McGavin, E. Leo, Paul Morales, Ryan Woody, D. Jackets, Just Allen doing Allen things. We got Abasai Forge with the $10 USD and the first. Nice. Thank you, buddy. Just says first. Abasai, brilliant custom designer. Check out Abasai Forge. He is the one that actually made our piss tanks. I don't have a piss tank right here, but I think, Dan, I think I may have told you about the piss tank. I think John definitely knows. John is the designer, by the way, of the piss tank. So awesome. It's like fucking royalty in the.
Oh, yes.
Right. Yeah. So take a little more recognition would be nice from you, Dan.
Yeah. Okay. yes, Your Highness. Yes. Toy royalty.
And then Toy Wander. And then so much more. We're gonna try to keep a tight show today, guys, because we got a hour and a half cutoff, and then all of us have to go. I got to go drinking. Dan has to go do his stuff.
I got to go to work.
Be a crazy day.
Yeah, I got to take more feet pics. So
that's right. John's got his OnlyFans. Join that, of course. Controversial Toys with the $5. Geek Dad Real Life, of course.
Wait. I think we just figured it out. Thanks to that chat. Real Geek Dad life, like real Ghostbusters. So it's really like a dig.
That's what we
dude, like
that's a great idea.
Like a punch
real
in
Geek Dad life.
The real Geek Dad life.
Yeah.
Dan, let me ask you something.
Can we
you did
just
a lot
call
of these
these live streams that?
What happened?
We're gonna start calling the live streams that.
Yeah,
I'm gonna make a logo.
Yeah, like I don't know if Dan knows, but we don't have a name. Like we don't have like this show doesn't have like a lot of people joke around. They'll call it like Johnny and the Hatter. I like the name personally. Somebody came up with it. It was called Hatter Plus One. That was a good name.
Good.
But John doesn't seem to like that name. But we don't really have a name.
I do. The Real Geek Dad Live is pretty good.
I like that. Like the real ghost, real Geek Dad life.
Yeah.
Or live or whatever. Dude, that's fucking great.
You need the cool animation, like at the beginning of the Ghostbusters series, because like it kind of like floats in and like appears with the reel, you know, like that extra little dig. Yes. That extra little dig. Yeah,
the reel pops up. I love that.
We are accepting funding if you would like to help us make that.
Yes, yeah. Dan, let's talk about that.
So I'm here today to promote the new show name and the animations that we need to make this happen.
All right. Yeah, no, we're gonna make it happen.
Thank you so much, Dan. We'll see you later.
Right, bring it back.
What if that's really what we do? This is never about the book.
Legendary.
Yeah.
John is crazy. He's a crazy everybody thinks I'm the crazy one.
Yeah, but I'll click a button.
John is actually nuts, Dan. I don't know if you know.
No.
Dan, do people just call you Dan, or do they call it? Does anyone ever? Do you have anyone in your life that calls you Pixel? Like
I mean, not in real life. No,
not in real life.
Dan or Danny actually is what a lot of people in my
Dan
real
or
life
Dan.
call me. Yeah,
I like Dan or Danny. John, I call John Johnny, and he doesn't like it. So
yeah,
I like adding. Because I think it adds like a little flavor, you know what I mean? But like he doesn't. Yeah. He's like, I'm Jonathan. You know, he's very rigid.
my best friend's the same way. My best friend's name is Jonathan, and I always have called him John. And it's just so funny because everybody else around him calls him Jonathan, but nope, it's John. He's John. Yeah. I've known him forever. He's John.
Yeah, I can accept the John. I've never been called Johnny outside of like 6th grade from my friend
Johnny.
And then,
but Johnny has flair, dude. Like Jonathan is like, it's like I'm in court.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
What I mean? Yeah.
If you know anything about me, it's that I am a very straight-laced, like, let's get to business guy.
That's how I knew you.
Yeah,
that's how I knew you. Yeah,
right.
That's crude.
Sure. Let's finish the chats here, and then you got Ramen Toys is here. Ramen Toy Ace is the place. Hatter's in the big league now, having Dan on. First of all, I like how he said Hatter.
I've been in the big league.
No,
he was already there.
John, I'm sorry. I'm not controlling the chat. I'm just
I'm saying it. Dane and I agree that I was already there. You're now.
Oh, got it. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, welcome.
Sorry, I got it. So, Video Power Gaming. We got another super chat, $2. Geek Dan Life. No, this is thank you for super
Dan
chat,
Life.
But I love Geek Dan Life. But Dan might have a problem. Like Dan has to be on the show every time,
right,
in order for Geek Dan Life.
That's the special.
I don't mind that happening if Dan decides to not block us after he leaves and he didn't want to come back. So
we'll see.
But that's a good one. Let's just go through some. We got a lot of super chats. Thanks, guys. Video Power Game $4.99. Which channel? Which
right?
Are you asking which channel this went to? I mean, it better have gone to this fucking channel.
I think that he wants you to guess which where the.
I hooked this guy up at Comic-Con, so Video Power Gaming. It better. Let's just.
But I also physically delivered.
Yeah, but you live a minute away from him, dude.
Okay.
Figure Fight Club $4.99. One for you. See, there you go, Johnny. Threw you a little bone. The chat is flying, by the way. I got to get to these super chats, and then we're gonna dive in. There's stuff we want to talk about. Figure Fight Club $4.99 and one for you. Thank you.
Nice.
That's,
where's
very very generous. Video Power Game $4.99. Can we get a GDL impression? John, you do a good GDL impression.
Do I? It's usually the it'll be fine.
We're going to talk about that guy because there's a little bit of a thumbnail thing I want to just bring up, especially to Dan because he's here and this is relevant. Joey Rios with the $5. I got you. Oh my God. Very generous today, guys. $4.99 I had her in Friends, but the real Geek Dad Live is, I like real Geek Dad Life. Okay, so
the question is now with the super chats, is this because we have Dan as a guest and we have to have more guests, or we need Dan more often, or is this just people love the thumbnail that much? It was your idea. We need to acknowledge that like the thumbnail was your idea. The execution was mine. So like,
okay, Chad, can you and I want Dan to also chime in. What is more important, the idea or execution? Okay, because John and I had an argument. So when Dan agreed to be on, I went to John and I said, hey, let's do a thumbnail. It's Dumb and Dumber. Dan's in the middle and we're like two idiots like around. That'll be funny, okay? And then John, because he's a fucking genius, expertly delivered that. I'm saying that legitimately, but I still feel that isn't the idea more like, aren't I more, and I want to throw this to Dan first, like aren't I of more value because the idea was mine than the person that like executed the idea? It's like he doesn't want to say.
So in well, hold on, because what you're saying is true, right? But because you both executed it, because you had the good idea and he executed it well, then it's a win all around, right? Like both parts were integral to this, right? Like you can have a good idea and it can have poor execution and vice versa. And then it's true. Like, right? Like, so I don't know, man. Like,
well, right.
Which answer am I supposed to say? Which one keeps me on the show?
I've met plenty of
people. Anyway, don't worry.
It's streamed on 2 channels, so you just one you pick you.
So can you keep me on one and not the other one? Is there a way?
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, like, I know people that have ideas. They're like that idea man.
Yeah.
But then they don't execute on those ideas, so it doesn't live anywhere.
That's true. That's true.
All right.
That's true.
I'm just saying that we're a good partnership, which is why I did acknowledge with it, but I also want credit for creating it.
Yeah. Well, okay, John, can't you be like Queen? Queen is it's just one. Queen makes great fucking music.
Yeah, but Queen. Which guy in Queen is the one that's like, but I also like notice me?
No, but we don't care about that. We just go, it's Queen. Okay. Like nobody's going like nobody listens to Queen and they're like, oh, but Brian May or Fred. No, it's one.
Yeah. Well, I can't help it. My personality type is acknowledge me and tell me I did a good job.
Yes, yeah, you did a great job. Speaking of thumbnails that are not great, let's just pick on Jay for a second. John, you have that image? Nope. Jay, this is just great.
This is the weird thing, Dan, and I'm so sorry that you have to come into a channel that is so amateur. Because this guy has full access to do everything I can do.
John, I just said
it's his idea, and he goes, "Can you bring it up?"
Dan, here's the thing. I'm technologically stupid. I'm the idea. Remember, I'm the idea guy. Yeah. So I don't know about tech. John is a genius with tech. He used to work. I don't know if you know, but you wouldn't know, but he used to work at Geek Support. What is that called? The fucking Best Buy
Geek Squad?
No,
Geek Squad.
I was not Geek Squad. But
what, did you not work at Geek Squad?
No.
All right, so we got to pick on this. We got to pick on this thumbnail right here. Now, Dan, I know that you know about Geek Dad Life. Have you seen this episode?
I have not watched this. I saw this pop up in my feed, and I went, "Huh."
Okay, so I have a reveal for you. This is gonna blow your mind, Dan. You ready?
Okay, yeah.
This is the episode you were on.
Oh, yes. Okay. So we had that Masterverse conversation. No, you're right. Because when I went looking for it to find it to share it, it confused me.
Yes, thank you. Yeah. But you're illustrating the point. Jay, I hope you're listening to this because I say this out of love, Dan. I love Jay.
Yeah.
Maybe you put your guest somewhere. Maybe he exists somewhere. Like and Dan, this isn't exclusive just to you. This is a common theme with guests. Is like there's no way when you look at this thumbnail that I know that Dan's on there. There's nothing in the description, in the title. There's nothing. Okay,
Dude.
so maybe you do that. Maybe you kind of incentivize people like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, cool. I know Dan. I'm gonna go see this. You see where
This
it's
is what
going.
we call like burying the lead.
He's playing the YouTube algorithm game. Look, he decided that having an attention grabbing, probably anger generating thing that says better than classics was more of a draw than putting my face on that thumbnail.
Yeah,
right? So he
yeah, and I take umbrage with that. Also,
I get it.
yeah. Also, Jay, these are not better than classics, so the thumbnail didn't even make like it doesn't even make sense.
He
It
did
doesn't
say that too. He probably said it to generate that algorithm thing, but at one point he said that he thought that several of them were better than classics. Yeah.
And
We're dissecting your we got you, Jay. We're on to you, man.
Yeah.
We're figuring it out.
I think, and again, this is all to help. I just want you to know that, like, this is, this is done out of love. I do love that guy, but yeah, there's a little bit of like, come on, we gotta know, who the guests are. We gotta know a little bit more than just this. Okay, so that's it.
Remember when Jay pushed me down on stage and like he just knocked me over?
Oh yeah,
dude, we had a whole running gag. Dan, did I tell you this? I think I told you this when you filmed your. By the way, that video came out excellent, where you were you filmed different like YouTube. And what's like your favorite?
Thank you.
Yeah.
The algorithm does not like it. It's not doing well.
It's not doing
but
well.
I really liked doing it, and I have because I made everybody answer like 5 or 6 questions, so I have lots of other answers that I'll post eventually. But yeah,
no, I loved
it.
I thought it was
fun.
I also like that you got all the real relevant people, like everybody who does toy reviews.
I was gonna say, I can't wait.
Like everyone. I mean,
this is the worst part because while I was putting it together, I was like, I can't wait until people like come at me for not including people. like I purposely excluded a bunch.
Look, the truth is, Dan, I would never come after you. I would never say anything. But what I would do is like get in my head about how much he doesn't like me.
Oh no! Oh jeez.
But hold on, wait a second. This is what's great about
this guy. Maybe.
Wait, but hold on. This is what's great about this live stream because I'm busting your balls, John. But I guarantee you, when Dan does the next one, you'll be one of the commentators.
Yeah, because of obligation.
Huh?
He's got like, here's the list of people he wants, and then he's like,
look what you're doing to yourself, bro. You're like, Bill, you're making it worse and worse and worse in your own head.
Maybe he won't be here this year.
Oh my God. I love it. I love that.
All right, fine. I won't include you. Will that make you
Yeah.
All right, here's what let's I gotta go to we got a big member chat here, and then I want to talk about this Kickstarter because we're obviously in the world of Kickstarters now. We had literally 2 Kickstarters yesterday, one that ended and one that ended like an early bird. But let's just go to Toka That Razor gifting 10 memberships, very, very generous.
Wow.
And John, so what I like to do on this show, whatever you want to call this, Dan, is when somebody's generous enough to gift memberships, I like to go through all the people that got a membership and kind of like it sort of makes me sad if I see somebody that I was like, that guy should have been a member because I've known him for years, and the fact that he just got a membership now makes me a little bit upset. So that's kind of like guilting our own audience.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
The first one, John, this is wild. Vexen Toys was not a member, isn't that?
Well, this is also kind of falls into the category of like they were probably gifted a membership at 1.2, but then when the renewal came up, they're like, nah.
Yeah. So that one made me sad. So Vex, I'm sad. I can't help it. Wall of Nerd is a member. KJ Smith is a member. Mike Fee is a member. Path Atlas. This one makes me a little sad too. Joshua Frost. Mario Anthony Gangone is a member. Ken's Toys is a member. E-Rock is a member, and Gunstar. Welcome all new members. Okay, and we'll talk. Vex and I will talk later. $9.99 Video Power Gaming. Thank you, buddy. Kate L. Dan, you brought out like all of the super chat people. Okay, I hope that some of these super chats are also going to the book as well.
yeah. All right. Direct your super chat money to toysoftmnt.com.
Yes, yeah, because this is everybody should be. Everyone that follow this channel, at least a giant percentage, should be getting this fucking book. Kate L with the 5 Canadian. This is for Dan and only Dan. So Dan, I owe you.
You said you owe me $5 Canadian dollars. What's that like $2 US or something?
Probably.
Yeah. I mean, by the time YouTube takes their cut, it'll be, it'll be.
For some reason, there's tariffs on that, and I don't.
Yeah, there's tariffs
on the super chats.
Figure Fight Club became a member. Thank you, buddy. Follow Figure Fight Club. Does great shit as well. Repping hard for the MHR. And Brian Brink, the chart master member for 14 months. Says morning, fellas.
And just to rewind a little bit, Figure Fight Club became a member of both of our channels, but each of us have been on their live stream, and we just have a lot of fun. We talk about like recent pickups, and then they ask questions about us and the channel and stuff like that. So if you want to hear a little bit more about, let's face it, the two biggest stars in the toy tuber space. Maybe one day Dan will hit them up and get that boost.
He's got time, right?
And then Mikkel Stapler, just hope you're doing well. Last week on the live stream, just for anybody who doesn't know, he was live chatting us while he was on his way to the hospital for a potential scare, but it was not the scare we thought it was. So hope you're doing okay.
Hope you're doing okay, and I hope they didn't find a correlation between feeling how you were feeling and this show. You know what I mean? Like maybe there's some kind of like medical, like what's that thing?
Like an anomaly where there's like a high percentage of like people that have this health issue are watching this.
Yeah, exactly. I do want to also spotlight Video Power Gaming ordered his book, and then even have to catch the Hatter bump. So
nice. Thank you, buddy. Thank you.
Yes, this. So let's before we get into the book of it all,
basically shut up, chat.
Yeah, chat. Yeah, chat. I guilted you already.
Yeah. Ugh. We have a guest. Shut up.
Mattel Creations has a John, do you think you could simultaneously, as I say that, fucking bring up the thing? Maybe.
I work with an amateur, Dan. The share button is right there, but he just can't. There's something in his soul.
Well, you got to coordinate that if you want that. I don't have that. There you go. There you go.
What do you
Mattel
want?
Creations.
There we go. We at.
So Dan, before we get into, I do want your personal like thoughts on this, because this is like your fucking wheelhouse.
He-Man.
What were your thoughts? Because you talked about at the Geeked Out Life event, you talked about what you thought about this version. I don't know if I got your thoughts on like the prior Snake Lair, and I'd kind of like to hear all that.
Yeah, no, the original one was a really interesting situation to be there like live for, because like just to recap like how the whole thing went, like they put up like a poll that was like, what of these items would you want us to see do our next crowdfund of? And it was like the Snake Lair, and it was, the Snake Lair is like kind of a brand new thing. It didn't exist before, but it's existed in like the current mini comics and everything. So it was like Axel's artwork of the Snake Lair. And then they also offered like the Fright Zone and like a Filmation version of the Fright Zone. And I think like the Filmation attack track. So there was like all these options, and the Snake Lair won. But then when they revealed it at Comic-Con last year, the playset they revealed was completely different looking than Axel's artwork.
Yeah.
So like people knew that the Snake Lair was coming, right? Because I think they announced that the Snake Lair was the winner of the poll. So like I remember them being at the panel, and revealing it on the screen. And everybody was like initially really excited, right? Like they showed it and everybody was like, oh yeah, Snake Lair. And like it got the reaction in the room. And then they went down to the booth and they did like the big uncovering. Because like I filmed them like taking the big curtain off and showing it off. And it was like this weird thing where everybody like was super excited and they were looking at it. And you just kind of felt like everybody all at once coming to this realization that this isn't what we really voted on. This looks different. Like everybody, you could feel it happening in real time. It was really strange. And so it was just a very different looking playset. Like they didn't even base it on that original artwork, which was what was on the poll. So that was the biggest criticism was we voted for this.
Yeah.
What is this? You know, why does it look so different? And you know, I even asked Damon in the interview I did with him that, and like the answer was basically along the lines of, well, this is a crowd fund. So we made it big. We did like designed a big giant thing. And I think that's kind of what they just assumed. I don't know. There's like this whole mentality, I think, with crowd funds that crowd fund equals giant. And I don't necessarily think that's what. How much room do we have left for giant things? Right. Like I don't even have room left for these, honestly. But I think that was the, you know, that was the biggest thing with it. It didn't look like the artwork, and it was just too big. Like we had all just bought that giant Eternia, which that had the nostalgic connection to it, which was a big part of its drive, right? Yeah. So I think it was real easy for people to look at that new Snake Lair, see how big it was, assume how expensive it was going to be because they never announced the price, and it was easy to go, well, maybe I don't need that, right? So the feedback was real swift that it didn't look like people were going to buy it. Like I know it doesn't count for everybody, but I did like polls right afterwards, like on my YouTube channel and on my socials, just to see what everybody was saying, and it was like, I don't remember the exact percentage. I did a video to talk about it, but it was somewhere in like the 80 to 90% range where people were going, no, I'm not buying that.
Yeah. No,
it was high. It was
a landslide against.
Yeah.
Well, it's crazy because
did they say that one was the, did they say that one was the same price? Was that one going to be the same price, or did the price not even come into this?
So they never actually announced the price, but I think it was going to be closer to Eternia's price point than what we've got here, I think. But they never confirmed. They never actually said. So what, Eternia was 600, right?
Yes.
So I think the price that was floating around for the original Snake Lair was around the 500 mark. I don't know if that's for sure because they didn't confirm it.
Well, what's crazy is that even if that one people actually liked like if the poll wasn't there and that came out and people were like, oh, this is awesome, they really liked it. Mm-hmm. By creating a poll based on a design and then changing that, it makes that thing not look as good as what it may have actually looked.
Right.
100%. Yes. Yeah. I mean, and then like, I got to give them credit though, because they realized immediately, and the fact that they decided to just completely start over from scratch and try again is, I mean, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, I mean that's you got to figure that's a loss of hundreds of thousands of dollars, right? I mean, to tool something like that thing was gigantic. It had like a giant like mechanical snake in the middle of it. It was
right. So, that like, I mean, it was going to come off and be its own vehicle. It was huge. The rattle trap. Yeah. And then, and it was like you said, it was huge. It was like Eternia sized. It was massive.
Yeah.
And I would imagine that the money they spent retooling to make this is probably playing into the price point they chose for this. That's what I think. Because I know the biggest point of criticism with the new one is the price point, and I agree with that. $300
so this
seems like a lot for this.
It's $300, and I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong. Is this not? This is the size of Snake Lair, right? Is this
Snake Mountain?
Yeah, Snake Mountain. I'm sorry, like this or Castle Great. Like, isn't this the same size, pretty much?
It
or
is.
Like height wise, at least.
It is. It's the same size as Grayskull, and closer to Snake Mountain, because Snake Mountain's got a little bit more height to it. I think this might have just a little more height to it, but it's comparable to what we got for Snake Mountain. And that's why the $300 price tag is such a hard pill to swallow, right?
Yeah.
Because they the thing that I keep going back to on this, like, it's like, I understand that we're doing like the crowdfund thing, we're doing the direct to market, we're made to order, whatever they're doing. Plus, I still think they're recouping costs from the first Snake Lair. But
Right.
when you compare it to the other playsets they've released in the same scale and size, like, the original Castle Grayskull was at all retail, and it was like $60 or whatever.
Right.
Then when Snake Mountain came out, it was Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth, and it was $80. They just released the Fright Zone the same way, and it was $80.
Right.
And they're re-releasing Castle Grayskull right now on Amazon.
I saw that.
With like the new added moat thing, and they added in the suit of armor, and it's $100. So when you've got that at the exact same time as this for $300, it's really easy to look at that and go, oh, but why why
I'm having a hard time like reconciling $300 for it. Also, it's kind of a bummer, because if I'm not mistaken, this is the one that won the poll, the initial poll of like, it was the old the Filmation type Fright Zone, if I'm not like an attack, not an attack track, but
it was the Filmation attack track,
the Filmation attack track, and this is the one that won. But there was almost like this like unspoken, I don't think they said this, but there was almost like, it made you feel like the promise was, we're going to start now, this will be the first of these campaign bigger asks that are going to come out now. And if this is like $300, that makes me feel like afraid that like now that's the criteria, like that's the standard of all of these next ones that are coming out.
Yeah, it's and then I don't know, we've got, rising toy prices, because it's just, they're all getting expensive, and they are starting to lump in like the tariff costs and all that kind of stuff. So it's crazy, man. Like it's definitely, I've always said that it feels like we're all going to get to this point where we're all going to get priced out of this stuff, because this stuff is they're just going to start charging more than we're all willing to pay to like collect this stuff, right?
Yeah.
It's happening in it's happening in real time, and there's so much other just like competition, overseas. There's like beautiful third party stuff that's coming out. Like I talk about this more on the channel now, but like, like I'm a big fan of like Warcraft, you know what I mean? And like, that's like a property that like third party is killing it. Blizzard is not doing anything with that property, but like there's a whole network of third party companies that are just coming out with this stuff. So I think as you also get more expensive, you're also competing with your dollar for other stuff too.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, obviously, since I'm a huge like,
did you buy this?
Yeah. Well,
you got one.
I was going to, but now it's too late to get the early bird special, so I'm out. But it's like you either buy this, or do you start investing into the Mondo line?
Oh yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean?
True.
Like, even though it's not the same, but financially speaking, and talking about the same IP, the Mondo stuff is going to like, it's already like blowing my brain out of my skull.
That 2000X line they're doing is like that's the stuff I am the most excited about those figures over everything else right now.
Dude,
I
that
love them. That clawful's incredible.
Oh my God. I have not been able to stop thinking about that clawful
so
since
good.
I've seen it. This one is strange because this one almost hit its mark. Yeah. Almost hit its funding mark yesterday, because that lady, if you guys don't know, so that lady Slither that's in there, that bony lady that's riding the horse, she is an early bird, and yesterday was like the cutoff to get her. So basically, like it was supposed to hit 6,000. It hit like 5,000, whatever the number is. It's gonna hit its backing, but now it starts the slow. This is always what happens to early bird. And it happened on Eternia, where they cut off the early bird on a King Grayskull,
Yeah.
and then as a kind of like shit, we gotta fucking get everybody back. They brought it back. I don't think that they can do that twice. I don't know.
I don't know. I was wondering if they were just like, it almost makes me wonder if that's like a little bit of part of the marketing plan, right? Like you dangle the thing, you have like a cutoff date, and then, oh, because of fan demand, we're putting her back in, and then you get a whole new flurry of orders, right? And I get it. How many times can you do that? But like, I don't know. Maybe that is the plan. I have no idea. I think the early bird thing is weird. I don't know why. I don't know why you would, lock away, like it's her lair. Why would you lock her away from people ordering this?
Right. I think to give props and not to talk about Flipboard anymore. Jesus Christ, like, but like he did it right with like middle fingers as like our early bird special thing. Like that's fun, and if you don't get it, it's like not the end of the world or whatever.
Yeah.
But although there were a lot of people that were like, "Fuck, I really want
that." True, but they'd still back it. This,
they'll still back it, but it's not enough. It's not enough that you're willing. Here's, I don't know. I'm going to propose a radical idea because I would almost love to do this on an early bird, like moving forward. Like, I'm wondering if there is a way to be like, here's what I would do if I could do it again. It's like, let's just talk middle fingers for a second. I don't know what their price point is for this, but it's like, okay, if you jump in on the first 2 weeks of an early bird, you get middle fingers with like a Flipboard. If you miss the early bird, you got to buy them in a pack. You got to buy a middle finger pack. So I almost feel like, could that be a way to incentivize? Like, okay, if you get this in the early bird, you get a Lady Slither for free, essentially, with the thing. If you want to get it after the early bird, you can still get it, but you got to pay for it. I don't know. I feel like that. I feel like if I missed the early bird, I'd feel better at least because I'd be like, you know what? I fucking missed the thing, but I'll pay for the figure.
Plus, you're going to be like, oh, I definitely want to back it early because there's the value is there of like, oh, that's $40 or whatever that I would have had to pay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm going to do it early.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that.
This is just going to slow to a crawl now, man.
I'm glad that they at least moved Chimera, the two-headed snake horse thing. I'm glad that they like made that as just a normal included. Like everybody just gets that.
Oh, now. So that comes with I thought that was
it was originally the third tier. And right before they launched this, they announced, you know what? We're removing tier 3. Everybody gets Chimera included with the play sets.
Oh,
and
I thought.
And I'm glad that they did that because I don't think we would have made it to tier 3. Eternia didn't even make it to tier 3, right? We didn't get Keklar. We didn't unlock Keklar. So, and that was certainly the thing that like in person, everybody was going gaga over that snake horse thing, which me too. It was my favorite part of this whole thing. It's got like it reminds me of like the old like Imperial beasts that would be like, you put your Remco figures on and stuff. It reminds me of those, and I love that. So I'm glad that they just threw that in with everybody. But man, like Lady Slither should have just been there the whole time.
I agree. Yeah. So okay, I guess I didn't know this. The third tier or the last tier is the priest then.
Yeah, he's the priest. Yeah.
So no one cares.
I was gonna say I don't think he's enough to drive sales to get
it. I wouldn't mind having him, but I'm not. Yeah, I don't think he's going to. He's not going to light up the world,
right?
Anyway, this looks like something like I could buy this and have Link fight her.
Oh heck yeah! Look at Stalfos.
Yeah. So,
all right. I don't know. I'm talking about shit I don't know about. So can we move on?
So, anyway, I bought it just to throw it out there. I did buy this. I backed it.
You did get it? Okay.
I did. I still everything I just said is still.
Yeah,
I still bought it.
This is like your bread and butter. You gotta
get man.
Right.
Like it's a must. All right, John. What do you want to
move on? You're selling books. You got a big channel. Mr. Moneybags. It's no big deal.
Oh my god!
But I want to respect Dan's time, so we can talk about these other things, and then obviously talk about the whole point of him being here. Believe it or not,
Yeah.
Dan, I don't even know if you know this, but the whole point of you coming on our show is actually to talk about the book you have coming out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I can do that.
Yeah. So save your energy because the stuff Near wants to talk about. It's like it's either Flipboard or charts.
Sorry, guys. I love toys. What can I say?
Look, I didn't want to say anything. So,
charts.
hey, Dan, mute your ears and cover your eyes. I didn't want to say anything, but it is pronounced chimera.
Oh, it's chimera.
Yeah,
Okay.
just so that when you go on your channel and you talk about it, you can be like, I know.
Say it wrong the whole time.
You sound like me.
If I say it wrong enough, I'll change it. If I say it wrong enough, everybody will follow me.
He's the expert, so yeah, that's a good point, actually. So please keep saying it that way because I would like to see the internet change. So up first we have the Snowcat, which there's a lot of things to say about the Snowcat. It's a snow-based vehicle, so the G.I. Joe fans seem to be way less interested in this very specific use case thing, unless you're Ryan Dole and Canada and snow and
right.
I thought this thing was super cool. Obviously, we're not looking at a picture of it. We're just here at Master of the Charts from the fake Geek Dad Life. Just a reminder, this is you're watching the real Geek Dad Life.
The real Geek Dad Life. Yes.
Do we have a website? No.
But we have a gorilla friend, I guess, that we can create, like in kind of the real Ghostbusters. Anyway, John, continue.
So this is the status of the Snowcat, which is the which color? The thick red line.
Yeah.
So it's fine.
It's over, baby.
It made it.
Yeah.
Congratulations to you guys.
Yeah.
Did we go to HasLab? Look at this stuff.
Dude, these G.I. Joe crowdfunds.
They're like money in the bank,
dude. It's unbelievable.
Yeah,
like, this audience has been hungry for this stuff for a long time, and that's why they're just like, money, take the money, give us the toys.
Well, it's crazy because this is
wild. These do not miss. And they hit all tiers.
There was such a long time on this one where we're like, this might be the first one that we can think of that doesn't hit, because look at how low it was. The Sky Striker was the next lowest on the chart here, the light blue, but it struggled to get there. It was a much more gradual lift, but it was
what did it? I can't read the thing, but what did it hit in comparison to like the rattlesnake? Like how did it do with
the Rattler?
Rattlers? Sorry,
is this dark blue one up here?
Oh God! So it's definitely the lowest in terms of like okay.
Which it ended up meeting right around the same. Well, the Sky Striker beat it at the end, at least, because 16,700 units versus 15,700 units.
Okay, so up there is the Hiss tank. Okay, so the
lowest.
Got it.
Performing out of these anyway.
Wow, that's fucking wild. Hey, good for them. Good for. Hey, congratulations, Snowcat people. You have a much more rare item than the other ones, because they're not going to make that many. They're going to make, however, I can't read that number, but there you go.
I've forgotten already.
Yes. All right, let's talk TMNT.
Let's go.
Oh, let's talk about TMNT.
All right, sweet.
Dan, so you wrote a MOTU book.
I did.
And which I have. By the way, I have it, Dan. Okay.
Thank you, man.
John, do you have the MOTU book?
I is such a huge MOTU fan.
as a giant fan you are.
Mine is even graded. So
whoa, graded. That's awesome. Nice.
But it's easy because it's like an NFT version. So
right. You got the NFT version.
Has anybody? A side note: has anybody graded a Flipboard yet? Just to do it?
No, I am dying for somebody to do that. I mean, maybe I should just do it, but I would love, because that has to be the next step, because they're on eBay now. Yeah, and they're actually people are buying this Flipboard on eBay. It's a wild world that we're living in, dude.
Yeah. That's like because I don't do graded toys, but like when I got my Major Bendy figure, I sent one to be graded just because I wanted it in their system.
Oh
So
my
like
God.
I have a graded me.
That's awesome. I don't know. So wait, the grading process works. You have to send it, right? It's like a comic,
Yeah.
but like you gotta okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that.
Or like if they're set up at a convention, you know, like you can walk up to their booth and hand it to them and fill out the form.
Oh,
Like
that's right.
they were
They
at
always have, like,
Comic-Con and they make
yes,
the rounds
yes.
at different conventions too.
I-
So I
I'm gonna
think
do that.
they were at Retro Toy Con and I was there with my figures. So I walked over and I was like, I would like to grade this, please.
That's so good.
Did they do like a double take and like look at the figure and look back at you?
They were like, is that a custom? We can't grade that. And I was like, no. I was like, look it up. This is a real release.
This is a real, yeah.
That's me and it's real. And they literally had to go look it up. And then they were like, oh yeah, it's for sale on Big Bad Toy Store. So it's a real thing. Yeah, we'll grade it.
That is so fucking funny.
And then they did, and I got it back. And I was like, this is so stupid, but I love that it's like
I love it. Wait, I have to ask, what is the grade that you got back?
Oh, it's like not even like a perfect grade, which is hilarious because I pulled it
You
straight
don't
out.
even have the
I
perfect-
pulled it straight out of the case and gave it to them, and I think I got like an 80 or something like that. It's ridiculous.
This is what I'm hoping for with Near when he
Yeah.
decides to do that with Flipboard. That it's got a really bad.
yeah.
He can't get like he keeps sending them in, and they're all just like a low
Yeah.
grade.
Just burn all my money on just like grades 7.6. What the fuck? It's brand new. Oh, it's gonna be great. Dan, I would love to know, and I'm assuming this is kind of part of like what you're talking about, but like the trend, like how, like I know the process of like, okay, you write a traditional book that's your own book and your own story, but like how, like this is TMNT, it's another property. Like what's the road to, you know, as somebody is interested in just like books and comics in general, like what's the road to like do this?
Oh, it's very community driven, and I think that's the key, right? Like it's the same with the MOTU book too. Like I really do rely on help from a lot of people throughout the community to help me gather everything that I need for this book. So the book is filled with like it's something crazy, like over 6,000 photos are in this book, and it's all photography that I shot, me and my partner on the book, Val Staples. Like it's all original photography that we shot. And in order to do that, like I have a lot of toys, but I don't have everything. And this book needs to make sure we have like all of the figures loose and complete, but also carded and packaged. You know, we shoot all of that stuff. So it's all about like kind of finding people in the community that has large collections that I can get in touch with and be like, hey, can I come set up a photo studio in your home for the weekend and photograph all your stuff for my book?
Yeah.
And that's kind of the way it starts, right? Like you find one person that like has a good collection, you meet up with them, and then it kind of becomes this amazing thing where like they'll start recommending, oh, I know so-and-so, 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 you should reach out to them. And then you do, and you go to the next people, and then they recommend more people. And it's this amazing thing where everybody just kind of like starts recommending other fans who have something they may not. And, you know, then you're just working with all these people in the community who are so willing to like help be part of the project. It's really cool. And then early on in this process is when I met my friend John Coleman, who this is his book here. We can talk about this in a minute. But John, actually, he's also here in Chicago, the Chicago area. So that was awesome. I met him through my friend Sam, who runs Toy de Jour, awesome store in Chicago. But he was like, hey, John, my friend John knows a lot about turtles and he's got a lot of stuff. You should sync up with him. So me and John synced up real early in this project. We hit it off. We became really good friends. And John is so knowledgeable about this stuff. So he's been a huge help in helping me with things specifically based around like the variants and like all of that kind of stuff, right? Because this book is trying to do as much as it can, right? It's like a full checklist for your figures. It's showing everything that was released. It's got like a written review by me for every figure, but then it also like breaks down packaging, breaks down notable variations for everything. So guys like John were a huge help in helping me like do the research and learn about things that I didn't know about along the way. Because I always like to make sure everybody like I don't know everything, right? Like I am always learning new stuff as I go, and that's part of what makes this fun. I love.
And I gotta acknowledge that's very refreshing compared
Yeah.
to working with this guy all the time. And it's like,
yeah.
It's like there's nothing new to learn.
No, you gotta open your mind, Hatter. Come on, man. There's always something new to learn. Jeez.
Sorry.
No, like, you know, like the term like toy expert gets thrown around a lot. Like people call me that, or like, you know, and I always feel weird about that. I always like to say, well, I like toys and I know things about toys, but I also everybody knows something that I don't know. And
Right.
I like to learn as I'm going, because that's what keeps this fun. Like the process of finding all this stuff, tracking it down, photographing it, sometimes getting to play with the figures for the first time because they're ones that I've never had before or something like that. That is what's exciting to me about this. And that's what makes it fun. That's what makes it easy to write about when I'm writing, because I get these fresh experiences with it and kind of talk about it. So it's
a nice like discovery.
Yeah.
It's funny to hear you say that too, like especially coming from you, because there is this weird like, John, you know, you go through it too, but this weird like imposter syndrome that you get sometimes, even when you've been doing this for a while. And it happens in films with people that love films. It happens with people that love toys, where you're just like, I don't know. And sometimes people, it's exacerbated by people calling you out on like, you don't know that in 1989 they made the, you know what I mean? So it is refreshing to hear you say that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's tough because like there's always that expectation too, right? Like it's funny when people will ask me crazy questions about this and I don't always know the answers. Like, well, like, I sometimes I have to research my own book. What did I say about that thing that one time? Oh yeah. Right. Here's what, you know, it's like people have been doing that about my videos for years. Like people will bring up things I said in videos like 10 years ago. Like, I don't remember saying that. You know more about that than I do.
I had before this channel, I did a science and space centralized channel, and I would take a week to like do as much research, rewrite everything into a script, shoot the thing, edit the thing. So it was like a lot of hours spent on this. But as soon as the video was posted, whatever those numbers were, it literally just evaporated from my brain.
Falls out of your head, right?
Yeah, it's no idea what the distance is between this thing and this thing that I thought was so cool in the video.
When I was writing the MOTU book, I was literally rewatching my own reviews of MOTU classics to remember what accessories came with what figures and everything, just so I can make sure I got it right.
I bet. Yeah. And was this so? Okay, so you did the MOTU book. Now I felt like, when you with the MOTU book, was that under like that wasn't like an official, was that like an official sanctioned by Mattel book?
It was. Yes, it was.
Okay, so
that one we published through Dark Horse, and it was licensed from Mattel. It was awesome. It was like the official book. And that was really cool because that one started as like we were just going to do it. And then like the opportunity kind of came knocking where they were like, hey, we want to do this. And like, if you're interested, we want you to be the guy. And I was like, yeah, I'm in, because I'm definitely already doing something that like, let's go, let's do it.
Oh, so that was something that you were already kind of like in your head? Or
I had been, look, I had never written a book before that, but I knew that I wanted to do that book, right? So for years I was poking around. Hey, if there's ever a chance to do a book about the He-Man toys, like I'm the guy. And I was saying that to everybody all the time. So like I finally got like that call. Like I must have annoyed the right person, right? You know, because my partner, Val Staples, who was partner with me on that book too, like I remember him calling one day and he was just like, hey, I think there's an opportunity. Like if you're serious, like I think we can do this. And I'm like, yeah, let's go. And I remember like hanging up that phone and being like, I don't know how to write a book. What did I just get myself into?
Oh, so that was, you had not written, because you are a writer. Like I mean, when you read that book, it's clear your prose, like you know how to write. So, but that was your first.
That was my first published piece. Yeah, like I've written for like websites and like magazines and stuff. Like I write for Toy Collector magazine now. I used to do some writing for StarWars.com back in the day about Star Wars toys. And so like I've had experience doing that sort of thing, but the MOTU book was the first time like on that level, like doing that much writing and a published piece.
Yeah, that was a big fucking deal. I remember like because Dark Horse put it out. You were doing like a panel, I think, like at Hall H. Like,
dude, they invited me.
Like, it
yeah,
was crazy.
That was nuts because Mattel did like a Hall H panel at Comic-Con for the 30th or the 40th anniversary of He-Man, and it's 40, right? That's how old I am. I'm 40. Yeah. So but like, they invited me to be on as the author of that book. It was like mind blowing. I couldn't believe that like I got to be on a Hall H panel, sitting on stage with Dolph Lundgren, and I just remember looking around like, what am I doing here? Like, what? I don't understand. Like,
that's why that's such like a fucking. Like when you are like a fan of something and your fandom can converge in in a real way with people that are doing the thing that's such a crazy fucking thing, man. So
I never would have imagined, dude. I never would have imagined that it would have come.
No, congrats. That was a very successful book. Like there's a lot of, or at least by the metrics that I'm looking at from standing out, you might look at it like, I wish it sold this, but like, like I know a lot of MOTU guys that have that book. And so
awesome.
So this was, but the road to so this one is because this is not through Playmates, correct? Like, this is
so like, we made the decision to self-publish this time. So this is an unofficial guide. We're self-publishing this time, and that just kind of, it gives us a little bit more freedom to what we can do and everything. And so like, it was a decision, right? Like, I talked to a lot of the other book authors and kind of got I love it. Like, I talked to like Carson at 3D Joe's, who did the incredible G.I. Joe book, and Wayne, and a lot of those other guys that are doing awesome toy books, and just kind of like gauged, and like everybody was kind of, putting me on like, oh, just self-publish, just write your book, just do it. Like, you don't have to like go do it the way you want to do it. So we made the decision to self-publish this time. So this is my first time doing something that's like grassroots, like trying to sell it myself.
Wow.
As I'm sure you understand, like it's stressful.
I imagine that there's a lot of new challenges now that like, oh, we used to have a guy that would handle those things. Now,
Yes. Hence why I'm on this crazy like tour right now, trying to
you're
about this book, making sure everybody knows that it exists. Because it turns out when you're self-publishing something, it's real hard for people to find it. Because it's not just like out there with like all the
you're not part of an already existing machine that is like working. And
does this represent the true thickness of what people could expect?
Yes, so it's a little over 600 pages.
Jesus.
And and it's only half of the original line, right? So that's one of the reasons we made the decision pretty quick that the vintage line needed to be split into 2 volumes, because there's so much stuff in that original toy line. Like, Turtles had so many more vehicles and just so many more releases than something like MOTU. So, but this book will cover like, the volume 1 here is going to be like most of that stuff everybody remembers, right? Like all the stuff you're nostalgic for, that's 88 through 93. That's like the bulk of it. But I have like, I have a sample.
Oh, great.
Oh, wow.
And this doesn't have like, it's blank inside because this was just our sample to see what the binding and everything would look like. And it's funny because the sample says Holy Bible. Because that's just what they do. That's what they do for samples. But if you want like a comparison to the He-Man book, it should look like
this. My God. Wow.
Right? So it's very, very similar. It's the same size.
And that's just half of the line. That's crazy. Okay.
Just half of the line. Now, we did opt to do a two-page spread for every item in this book. In the MOTU book, we had to do 1 page per item because we were squeezing in everything from 82 through 2019. And one of the criticisms that we got on that book, the most common criticism, was that the pictures were too small and squished in, because we had to fit a lot of stuff on 1 page for every figure. So for the Turtles book, we said, well, let's do like a 2-page spread this time, because for one, the Turtles come with so many more accessories than He-Man figures do.
Right.
And I wanted to make sure we can get the nice big breakdown of all the accessories so people can see it real good. We wanted to show the card backs nice big so people can see the artwork on the card backs. So it just made more sense to split it into 2 volumes and do the 2-page spreads. So that way it's like, it's as good as it could possibly be, right? It looks good. It includes everything that we want in there. And I think the layouts and everything look awesome. Like Val he's my art director. He's the guy that put all that together. I think he did an incredible job with the layouts and everything.
Yeah, I love that.
Clean
It just gives it a
bright.
lot more room to breathe. And like,
Yeah.
I think that's, was Turtles always going to be the one? Like, because I know you pretty much. I know that you're into Turtles, but I know you as always growing up like the MOTU guy.
Sure,
but
sure.
was it always going to be like Turtles? Like what?
That was always gonna. So MOTU and Turtles have always been my two favorite toy lines, right? Like that's my childhood, MOTU and then Turtles. Like so I always knew that once I got that He-Man book done, like while we were finishing that, I was already like, we're doing Turtles next.
So what year did you start working on this book?
So this book I started on in it was 2020, late 2020. Because we had started piecing together our plans in 2020. I wasn't able to go out and do anything until in 2021. So we've been working, I would say, since photography started. We're at about the 4-year mark now.
Oh my
since
God.
starting photography and getting all this done. Now we're working on like volume 1 and 2 at the same time, just so you know, because we're covering the whole.
Yeah,
like,
but I mean also I don't want it to get lost what you said before. You don't have a lot of these figures. You have to. There's a little bit of a documentarian sort of like mindset to this, where you have to then go, okay, we know this guy, and then you got to drive up to the mountains and deal with some creepy dude who probably was like, I have the one scratch.
I know. I do my best to vet everybody first before I just walk into their house.
You don't just walk in.
But yeah, no, that's a big part of it, is tracking everything down and getting that's always kind of our starting point. Like, let's photograph as much as we can. That's our starting point, right? So we spent the first couple years just traveling and doing photography.
Wow. Was there a moment during this that something was like a real shocker that, like, even after all these years, you were like, oh my God?
So most of the stuff that always surprises me is the variations, right? All the different variants with this stuff. Like I was not aware how deep the rabbit hole goes, and I should have been, because MOTU's the same way. But Turtles has so many crazy running changes throughout the line. Right. Most of the figures have like weapons that can come in a variety of colors, and there's really no rhyme or reason to it. It's you know, all the Universal Monster Turtles, for example, like their weapons could be one of 4 colors, and they're all that way. And there's no like one's rarer than the other. They could all just come with red weapons or blue weapons or yellow weapons or purple weapons, I think it is, right? It's super weird. But then finding out things like I think one of the more crazy ones so John that I mentioned, like, he's the one that's like always tracking this stuff. So he's the one that's always like, oh, there's this, we need to track it down. And I'll be like, what is that? I've never even heard of it before. But like, we came up with like, he showed me that there's a version of Metalhead. You know how it's got the light piping feature with like the brain, and the light shines in and it makes the eyes glow, and it's like red. There's a version of that's like really rare, where it's just totally clear. Like the brain and the eyes are just straight clear translucent plastic instead of being red, right? And so like when you find weird things like that, it's just like, I would have never even thought to look for something like this. Like, that is so weird to me. So that has been the most fun.
And you also would have to, I assume that like, and this kind of piggybacks like on John's question too. It's just like, if you know that there's like a rare figure out there, would it be incumbent on you now to be like, okay, we have to, I know that there's this, I don't know, scratch that has like one more stripe than the other scratch. Like, like you would have to, I'm assuming, I mean, if you were doing this since 2020, I'm assuming that a lot of that time is probably like, we have to find this person, because you're photographing everything yourself.
We do our very best to include that stuff. Now with the variants, we're like kind of trying to stick to like just the really notable stuff. And it's always tricky with a variant, right? Because you have to decide like what's a true variant and what's like
a mistake,
factory error, you know, like what's just a weird, you know, so like there's that weird line too, that you have to like try to make that determination. Like, so like Ray Fillet, for example, like he's got multiple different color shirts. He's got the color change version and the non-color change version. And then the shirt could have like a purple V with a red shirt, or it could have a purple shirt with a red V. And then there's like the version that changes colors and the version that doesn't. And then there's the other version that's a yellow shirt with a blue V. So there you come up with like 5 different versions of Ray Fillet. And it's like, well, do I take a picture of every single one of those? How much space is that going to take up? Do I list out those variations? So those are the kind of challenges that we run into with it, which is where that add-on
because you want this to be as comprehensive as possible. I mean, this should be the official Bible of if you were into Playmates TMNT, these are the editions. Limited special edition will only be available.
This is just questions.
This is by the way, there is a set amount, correct, of the special edition?
Right. So the special edition is like a print to order type book. So it's only available during this pre-order period. So if you're into the special edition or the variant guide, those are bonuses for the pre-order that we're doing. And this is like, this right here is the sample of what that special edition is going to be kind of like. It's got the faux green leather right here, and then like the silver gilded edges. Look at that, it's so cool.
I love it.
I vac metalized my book. I was like, I can make my book shiny. I want to make my book shiny. Yeah. And then like it's got the embossed silver on the front. So, and it's got like a bookmark, which is really cool, like the little bookmark ribbon. And then like this one doesn't have it, but like the binding ribbons at the top.
Yeah, the little binding ribbon. Yes.
Right. So on the actual book that comes out, the top ribbon is orange and red, and the bottom ribbon is blue and purple.
Nice.
Striped. Yeah.
I love it.
So we did the turtle colors. It's really cool, man. Just the stuff that like Val is so smart with the art direction stuff. See, he's like how John does your thumbnails. Val does my art stuff for the book.
You guys are like queen. I have to
queen.
Yeah. So the layout of this is fantastic, by the way.
The problem that I would have is that it says on the side of the binding, Pixel Dan presents, and where's Val's name?
Yeah. He's on the inside somewhere.
You know what I mean? Like, it's like I'm gonna have to put this in my contract with Nier that, like, we do some flip stuff.
But you gotta put the name that's a little sexier. You know what I mean? Like that's I'm just saying. Okay. But this layout is. I know Val's not here, but I hope he does know that it's incredible. Just the job and the fact that you guys have been doing it since 2020, like that is
a lot of work.
That's like making like it's like half of Lord of the Rings. Like it's like a lot of fucking time.
It's one of those things where like because it took us about 3 years or so to do the He-Man one too, and that was like a learning process the whole way. So when we wrapped that up, I think both of us were like, now we know what we're doing. We'll get this one done way faster. Not realizing how deep Turtles is, right? I knew Turtles had a lot, but like it wasn't until I really got in there that I'm like, oh my god, I feel like we've been taking pictures forever. This is crazy.
Yeah. You should have just gone something simple like Battle Beasts or something.
I know, right? I know. Something small that would only be like 20 pages.
Man, if you did a flipboard book, you'd only have to go over one figure. It'd be done in 1 month.
We got to do the official flipboard. That should be the next time you do a figure. That'll be like the add-on, the bonus thing. I'll do like a little visual guide to the flipboard line.
There you go. Dan just.
There's going to be a lot of cup words in there, though.
Yeah.
Be comfortable with that. It's different. It's a different space for you.
So this gets, just in terms of rollout, this is looking for funding. Yeah. You're gathering funding right now.
Right.
Please, if you guys are in love with this, like the brand of this is going to be as official as you get in terms of the comprehensive TMNT book. So this cuts off Sunday, correct?
Yeah. Currently, we've got the deadline as the end of business on Sunday. End of the day Sunday, right? Not end of business, it's a Sunday. End of the day on Sunday, the 17th is what we're looking to close this out on. And like you said, like because we're self-published, like this is how we're sending this to the printer. So like it's not a Kickstarter per se, but we do have a goal that we have to reach. So if this is something that you're at all interested in, please consider putting in a pre-order and ordering it now, because this isn't through Dark Horse, I can't guarantee this is going to end up on Amazon one day or be in Barnes and Noble. Like, you're buying this from us. We're doing the manufacturing, the printing. So this right here, toysoftmnt.com, this is where you order the book. And I think as of this morning, we were about at 80% of where we want to be to send this to the printers. So we've got a couple days left to like hit that goal of where we really should be in terms of like the minimum print run on this.
No, I'm rooting for this to go, because I think and by the way, people that also display figures, that layout really would be nice on some kind of like detolf. You have it open in the background. You put your figure.
Heck yeah.
So like,
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, because I've done that with comic books and books as well. So it's not necessarily just for people that are just like, you know, I need to read a book, but I'm just saying it might make your displays a little more sexy too. And you're supporting a, I mean, if you're independently publishing, I mean, this is a small business, right? This is a business that you're supporting at this point. So, and then if, let's say, Dan, so all goes well and this then goes off, are you then in volume 2? I'm assuming you're already working on that, but that you're just in that mode at that point.
Definitely. So we've still got I still got a lot to do to wrap this one up, crazy enough, because that's like, we'll be doing stuff all the way up to like our deadline to send it to the printers. That's just how this stuff goes. But yes, as soon as this one wraps and we're off to the printers and this one's rolling, then it's time to roll straight into prepping things for volume 2. Because in theory, I would like to have them like the next year. I would like to put up the pre-order for that one so that people can get these.
Oh, so that means that's kind of like ready-ish to go then, if you're already going to put like.
Well, I mean, we still have to do. I mean, we've been photographing everything, right? So we've got the photos ready to go, but I still have. I haven't really started the writing for that one yet, so that'll be once I wrap this one up. I'll be diving straight into that. So hopefully it'll probably be like this time next year, we should be ready to put up the pre-order for volume 2, and then that way you'll have the full complete vintage toy run in book form with volume 1 and volume 2, you know.
I love it.
In the next next year or so. So that's the plan, but we got to get this one done first. That's the important thing. We got to get it done first. So
yeah, I put a link just in the chat, also in the QR code. Let's you know, I'm a fan of people going out there and just doing things, you know, like creating things and putting the stuff that's out there, because there's only so much stuff that you can buy from the big corporations, and this stuff does not exist without like some, you know, like fan support. So please go out and support it. What would be, I'm just very curious, because like, what are some other dream thing? Like, would this be the last time you want to approach like a book that's a collection, or do you have other things that you're thinking about? Like, I would love to do like a book on this or that.
I have other things. We've been making a list of stuff that we'd like to do, and this was a huge project to tackle, so I'd love to do something a little smaller on the next one. To be perfectly honest,
so
I don't know.
Like make all the images smaller.
Yes. Smaller images. Yeah, there you go.
Pocket guide.
Pocket guides. Yeah,
it's a good idea.
I mean, you can go to a toy show and have your pocket guide and be like, "Ooh, this isn't the variant. You're a liar."
Yeah. Call people out by just throwing the book down in front of them. Yeah. I would love to do something that's like a collection of all of those smaller toy lines that only lasted like 1 year in like one book.
Right.
I think I've always thought that would be so cool to do like those weirdo toy lines from the 80s and the 90s that had like one series, but people love them. I don't know how well something like that would sell, but I would love to do it. You know, I think that would be a fun one to cover. Be like weird stuff like
maybe if it was like a collection, then I think people
we do things like Inhumanoids back here, like Inhumanoids and like weird stuff like Food Fighters and just all these toys that had like one wave. I think that would be a really cool idea for a book.
I should mention too, a lot of hits for Need Volume 2 MOTU, Volume 2 MOTU.
I get that
in the cards at all, or like that's kind of like
it's something that I would like to do it, but I don't want to do it until like we're at a stopping point with Origins and Masterverse at least, right? Because I would want Volume 2 to be as complete as possible. I don't want to just release a book while those toy lines are still running. But I get that. That's a request I get all the time. Like, everybody keeps asking me when I'm going to cover Origins, and like, that's the answer. When Origins is done, I'll start working on it.
Well, I mean, according to some people on the internet, it's dead already. So you should just
died. It died a couple years ago. I heard.
So,
I mean, I heard. Yeah,
what's stopping you from just moving?
You're right. You're right. My mistake.
I don't want to lose. We just have a few super chats too. We're getting close to. I think Dan, you got like 10 more minutes, so we're gonna wrap up the whole thing soon, guys. Awesome. Joey, I don't want to miss your super chat before you send me a angry DM. $1.99. Dan gets a Snake Lair. It's a write-off.
I mean, he's not wrong. If I review it, it's a write-off.
Yeah. Dan, it's all right. This appearance right here is a write-off for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you had to pay us.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Checks in the mail, guys.
We had another super chat. I'm scrolling.
Sorry for any chats we missed. This is obviously.
Yeah. This is we're flying today. Robot Reviews, $5 USD. Good morning, guys. Great idea for Book Pixel, Dan. Loving your shirt too.
Yeah,
Dan, I have that same shirt. I'm glad we didn't both wear it.
Yeah, that would have been awkward.
That would have been a little weird. Okay. But thank you for the super chat. I think we had another Robot Reviews right here. I think this is for you, John, but I'm going to read it just in the spirit of time. Question for all three of you. What is your favorite TMNT figure line to date? Mine are still SH Fig Arts. What do you think, guys?
So I think, man, there's so many now. Gosh, it's crazy. So I've tried to think of like what my favorite representation of the turtles is. I really like the Jim Lawson style turtles that NECA put out like a year or so ago. Like that, when I got those, I was just like, God, these feel like these are the turtle figures I've been wanting like for a long time. I just really like the look of those. I love the Stan Sakai ones that they had on display at Comic-Con.
Dude, those are gonna be fucking brilliant.
They're freaking incredible, right?
They're gonna be fucking brilliant.
They're so expressive and just, I don't know, they pop, man. I really like those. But
it's a good answer. John, give a quick answer, because you know what we got to do since Dan's here. We got to do
Shut up so we can do it. I'm just going to go with the original 90 movie NECA Turtles, but once the Mondo stuff comes out, that's the winner.
Yeah, those are great.
Yes, and I'm going to go with all of them, right, guy? No.
Every turtle.
Every turtle. What's the... Oh, my God. There's... I don't know. One of the cartoon ones. I love them all. I love all the NECA. I'm addicted to the NECA TMNT. Okay. Controversial choice with the $5 before we do that. Will there be a F Yourself today with Dan? We're doing the F Yourself right here. Dan, you want to get John, you want to give Dan a little sum up on what F Yourself is?
So basically people have sent in images of their collections, their shelves, and we are here to roast them, Dan, and I need you to understand that word roast.
Okay. All right.
The people want that. They understood when they filled out the Google form, they had to click a thing that said, I understand that this can be mean, and it's all in good fun. So
all right.
Be ready to give your best hateful take on it.
Yeah, Dan, you're supposed to be mean. By the way, I think Mesco TMNT. Now the Mesco TMNT is my favorite so far. But Dan, you gotta be mean. Like, the whole thing is F Yourself. Some people that don't know are like, why are you being so mean? You gotta be fucking mean. So here we go.
Yeah. So if you need a moment to go off and come back, like find that persona. So this is like wrestling, okay? So step off, become Dan the Roaster. Yeah.
All right.
Roaster Dan.
Let's go.
We have, this is, and by the way, it's F Your Shelf is what we call it.
F Your Shelf is the name.
Go F Your Shelf.
Great. Go F Your Shelf.
Here we go.
All right. What if Dan is like the meanest out of all three of us? That would be fucking great.
We feel really like we can't do this anymore because this is really
maximum figs. Okay, that's who we're doing.
Somehow we are offended by Dan's words. All right, I am going to. This is early stages. Like when we first listed this thing, I didn't put a limit on how many photos people could send, and then Google Forms was like a real nightmare for trying to sort that. So I limited it to 1. This person sent in 3. So because they did follow the old rules, but they're technically not following the new rules, I'm going to pick my favorite one.
Yes.
Which is always the best way to do it. I'm going to remove this person, save it, because there's always this issue with this. Here we go. This is, what was his name?
Maximum Figs.
Maximum Figs.
Yeah, so he obviously loves Fig Newtons. Oh, come on.
Is this the whole collection? This is it?
This is one of 3 photos.
Okay. So, like, what's the premise here? Leonardo steals Wolverine's mask and then, like...
God.
Yeah, number one. Okay, number one. He's labeling it with such confidence, like, I'm Maximum Figs, but there's 2 figures, like, there's nothing.
Yeah.
More
like minimum figs, am I right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like...
More like
I mean, we don't know.
You go. I knew it would come out of you, Dan. I knew. I love it. Yeah. So Maximum Figs, you don't need to give us a whole big pomp and circumstance sign for 2 fucking figures that are fighting each other. It also doesn't make sense because you have on your image, you have Wolverine on a Leo body, and then Leo and Wolverine are fighting. I don't know what.
That's what I'm saying. What's the story here? I need to know what the story is. I can't put it together just by looking at this picture.
No,
it's not clear enough. It's not clear enough.
A lot. Also, what is that Leo?
That's the Loyal Subjects.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, Loyal Subjects Leo. Okay.
Yeah, the ones that were the IDW comic book ones.
Yeah. It's not helping his own case.
Yeah.
Yeah,
all
I mean,
those choices, and that's
like,
the one you chose.
Yeah, like Dan, like if you like be honest, like judging just by the shelf, like is this somebody like you'd want to like hang with or?
I don't know, man. That's kind of weird. I mean, like, like first of all, like if we're gonna do like a Turtle versus Wolverine fight, shouldn't it have been Raphael fighting Wolverine? I mean, those are the personality like clashes, right?
Yeah,
like,
that's right.
You got to have the 2 angry guys. So I'm not sure about that. I don't know.
That's
I don't know if I trust the Turtle judgment.
I think John, we got 3 more minutes. I think we need one. Can you go to like his other? And now I'm just dying to see what other picks he has.
Yeah, it's a little bit more. This is a little more fair for the submitter, but this is the first image they sent.
Oh,
so this is the kind of stuff where, like, you know, I think you reach there's like a certain threshold of like you can buy so much of this one character before it's crazy, and then you break through that and you become Dan Larson with his Boba Fett, where it's like, okay, now it's just kind of funny. He's got like 500. This is nuts. But this is somewhere, and I gotta say, like, you got 10 of this guy. That's cool. You got 500 of them. Oh, that's fun and cool. There's this huge gap in between.
In the middle? Right. Before you get to cool again? Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I also, like, it's like he spent all that time on that branding sign for just that 1-2 figure display thing, and he did nothing for this. Like, there's nothing to let us know that this is Maximum Figs.
Yeah. How do I know whose collection this belongs to?
Exactly.
Maybe that would be Ryan Reynolds' collection, and it's all the stuff gifted to him by fans.
Yeah, this all looks like freebie shit that you get. Like none of these Deadpools, by the way, is like sticking out. Like, oh my god, that's the like. This is like stocking stuffers.
Well, let's face it. We got 2 cans of Coke. One's open with a straw in it, and then we have like a movie theater paper cup.
Yeah, cool backpack, bro.
Yeah. You got roasted. You got roasted. Roasted. Congratulations.
Got him.
Awful shadow on the right hand side. It looks like a fucking Johnny Five. What is that?
The what?
Is that Wolverine? Shadow? It looks like Wolverine.
Where?
Is that what it is?
Okay. The shadow over here on the right.
Oh.
Yeah. Look at that. Yeah. The head looks like Wolverine.
Yeah, it's anyway, Maximum Figs, you kind of ruined this whole live stream.
Yeah, great. So, now I'm going to sell 0 books.
Yeah,
Thanks.
exactly. Yeah. The book sales are just going to plummet now. So anyway, we have literally 1 more minute. Pixel Dan, thank you for showing up, man.
Dude,
it was
thank you guys for inviting me.
You're doing I want this book to go ahead so volume 2 comes out, so I'm rooting for you. If you are a Turtle fan, support because this is all we got. All we have is this community of people that they grew up at the time that we grew up and know this shit and collect this shit. And so, support that.
And for anybody that doesn't know about Pixel Dan or like the history of it, this is a trustworthy thing. This is something where like I would have no concerns giving some money up, and it's not even a lot of money, especially to get started with the line. But this isn't like, if you don't know Pixel Dan, this is a trustworthy scenario, so you can feel safe with it. My only question, and it's probably in the FAQs, so I shared it earlier, but I do recommend people just going, because there were a lot of questions throughout the live today. I'm sure are answered in the FAQ section.
Yes.
Is there anything in specific about the like if for some reason the goal doesn't hit, are you still printing?
We're gonna figure it out. Yes,
okay.
We're gonna figure it out. I've put way too much time and effort into this, but I hope that I don't have to figure it out.
Yeah,
I just sit there, but we will figure it out.
Okay, this is like there's been things that I've released through my art prints and stuff that I have to have a minimum order quantity, and then it's like, oh, finally hit it, and then I ended up ordering way more than that, so I really stocked it. I have no fears that if I'm sure you're still going to order like additional stuff for either to solve issues that somebody had a problem or whatever, but to sell in person at conventions and things like that, I think you're going to have no problems, especially if people see this thing in hand.
That's definitely part of the plan too. So like, I don't want people to think that I'm ordering a batch specifically for me to travel and do book signings and appearances at conventions and everything. So that is out there. I don't want to I'm not like hiding that or saying that that's not going to happen. But pre-ordering right now would be a lot more helpful if you know that you want to get it, right? If you know that you want it.
I would say,
and share
support the book. And you turtle guys,
even if you're watching this and you can't buy it, or you're like, oh, this is cool, but I don't do turtles that hard, just share it with people you think would care about it.
Yeah, share it with people, and I think everybody that is a turtle fan can connect to this. And you turtle guys, you got fucking money, so let's relax.
I don't know about all those turtle toy lines that are out there. Just
exactly.
Skip one or two of those for a month and buy a book.
Dude, turtle fans, they fucking come out and they spend, and I know because I'm fucking one of them. And I bought the book. I purchased
because you're like another company's making turtles. Fuck.
I know.
Exactly.
I'm just adding to the pile, man.
Exactly. So, all right, we got a heart out. We got to get out of here. Thank you, Pixel Dan. Thank you
guys.
Support the book. I'm going to put it one more time. Link in the chat, and there will be a link in the description for all you people that show up later. Support Pixel Dan, support independent creators just in general, and Maximum Figs. You kind of fucked up this whole thing. So Dan, you said you're going to do a rap song. You said you're going to kind of take us out on a rap song. Go.
The half shell, the heroes for something who could ask for more.